Well, I've done it again, folks. I played yet another visual novel, but I have a slightly different outtake on it this time. Rather than the first video, I hated that game. I still hate that game. It's a disgusting game. I still don't know how to delete it from my Steam history and the fact that I played it. But I found a different one. Now, this one, I didn't use my Steam Deck. No. What's odd about this game is it wasn't made by a little indie developer, but it is an indie game still. Guess what it was made by? 4chan! Now, if you don't know what 4chan is, you probably know what Reddit is. And we all know what Reddit is, don't we? Now imagine Reddit, but more racism. Like, a lot. Like, I mean a lot. And I mean a lot. Like, I'm saying that the N word was said so many times, it was genuinely said more than it ever was in the 1800s. I'm not joking. It's a cesspit. But 4chan made this game, Katawa Shoujo. I think that's how you pronounce it. I don't know. But oddly enough, this game is probably one of the most wholesome and sweet and heart-touching things I've ever witnessed in my life. And I've witnessed a lot of things. It's now I'm going to get into talking about this, the characters in this game, my experience with it, and we're going to get right into that. Now, before I get into explaining the characters, we must understand the setting of this visual novel. We have the school this place takes in, Yamaku University, whatever. I forgot what it was called completely. But this school is a school for the disabled, people that are blind, people with physical impairments, people with mental impairments. And at this school, the school is special because it has a 24/7 nurse staff on standby for these students because they are all disabled and might have health conditions in some way, shape, or form. You get the gist. Private school. Now that we know that, we can understand that all the characters in this game have a disability in some way, shape, or form. But a good thing to note before I go further is that while playing this game, while I did have my worries that this would be fetishized in some way, knowing the internet and knowing 4chan, and that this would just be a gross fetish, it's not. Because while we might. It is true that as human beings, all of you at one point have looked at a blind person and saw them differently because they are blind, rather than any other person out there. At the end of the day, they're still a person, just like us. And this game does a good job of showing us that. But keep that in mind as I go forward with the video, that these are also people too, and if you go into any of them, you are a sick freak, and I will personally find you and break your leg. And with that out of the way, we can get into our main characters. Our main character, our protagonist, what we see the story through, his eyes, Hiso. Now, Hiso is my boy. Overall, he's not like one of those fill the spot main characters for you to put your shoes into. No. We are witnessing Hiso's story. Much like with Coffin, we were watching their stories. With this, we are solely watching Hiso's story. What is happening to him? He is not a self-insert protagonist. We just watch what happens to him. We feel the emotions he might feel if you manage to get into it enough in order to feel any sense of emotion. But it is through his eyes that we witness the story. And Hiso, as far as main characters go, he has his flaws, without a doubt. But overall, he's a good main character. He does a good job at being our main character and our protagonist. And throughout this game, at the start of the game, Hiso is met with a challenge in life. And that challenge being, when the game opens, we see a girl confessing to him. And naturally, what's he do? Have a heart attack right on the spot. And at the hospital, he learns that he has arrhythmia, a very bad case of it, as in his heart is like 24/7 just trying to kill him. Like, straight up, nah, bro, you're not getting any bitches. I'ma kill you. Much like some of us, he didn't get any game because he had a heart attack. And after spending some time at the hospital, when he can finally is at enough health to be released, he gets the chance to go to the wonderful Yamaku Academy, where our story takes place. And there, he meets other people, much like himself, that have a disability in some way, shape, or form, because it is a school for the disabled after all. Now let's meet some of the other characters that Hiso meets on his journey. Alright, figured I'd go ahead and knock this character out first, because my first time playing through the game, I landed on her route for her story in this part of the game. Now, each route, keep in mind, for the choices you make in the game will land you on a certain route with a character. In Act 1, you make these choices to land on that route. And on that route, it determines on whether or not you get the good, neutral, or possible bad ending for that character. Now, I naturally, because I'm very good, got the good ending for every single character, because I wanted to see the happiest ending I could. Now, for this first character we have Emmy. Now, witnessing through the game the first time, I personally didn't want to land on Emmy's route. I met her in Act 1 as they were introducing all the characters to us, and I kind of thought, no, it's not my style. Now, Emmy has no legs. Like, good gone. And the reason she has no legs is when she was much younger, she was in a car accident that cost her her legs, and her dad's life was lost. Now, this does result in Emmy having some issues and some trauma. Later on, throughout the story, that comes up, and it has to be a case for her to have character development and work through in her relationship with Hiso. Which, just so you know, this is a romance game. The characters, some way, shape, or form, whatever route you land on, they're going to get together at some point. But it's romance actually done well. And romance is done well, I can tolerate it. But it doesn't mean it's not boring at times, though. But Emmy, back more on her. Okay, my first initial thought during this route is that I did not know that this game has H scenes. Now, if you don't know what H scenes are, it's basically, well, I saw nudity and sex, but oh no, whoop-de-doo. But either way, I wasn't expecting it. I didn't know it was in the game. But the good thing about it is that it's not used in a fetishizing way. Actually, it was shown in a way towards the character's development for both of them as a step forward in their relationship, and also more on Emmy's relationship. Emmy doesn't want to get feelings or fall attached to our protagonist Hiso and her route, because she feels that if I love someone, when I lose that person, it's just going to hurt me a lot. Well, she's not wrong. When you do love someone and you do lose that person, it does hurt. Isn't that time when you love that person better to focus on than the hurt of losing them? And she has to learn that, and she does learn it throughout the story if you get the good ending and you make the right choices, and you don't talk behind her back to her mother. God, don't do that. You will nuke the route with Emmy. You will get a bad ending. You will feel bad. You will feel stinky poo-poo. Hiso actually gets nuked by Israel at the same time. It's wild. Don't do that ending, dude. But she has to learn that. But then again, also the H scene. Oh my god, just like, I did not know that would happen, and then, what do you know? What a wild surprise. But overall, Emmy's route, I'd give it a solid 8 out of 10. This was the first route I landed on. It was great. I mean, watching this person grow, and Hiso's frustration with trying to help her grow was definitely very good and definitely very memorable. I mean, if this were a TV series, I think it should be episode 1. 8 out of 10, loved it, gotta love Emmy. If you don't like Emmy, there's something wrong with you. Now, the next character we have is Shazam, whatever. Shazam! That's what we're gonna call her. But, also, just note that there's another character that is often seen with her. Her name is Misha. Whatever you do, I'm gonna say this right now, if you do choose to play this game is free. You can get it on Steam for free. Do not, and I mean do not, choose to comfort her. It will nuke your route with Shazam, okay? Now, more on Shazam. She is deaf. No sound goes in. Nothing. It doesn't go in the ear. So she uses sign language to communicate. Sign language. Keep that in mind. And while playing her route, I will say that was boring as shit. I mean, really boring. Like, I could not find any interest. It was boring, and then, boom! Out of nowhere, boobs. And I don't know. There's lots of people there that say it's good, and to be honest, I didn't exactly play it. I kind of just click, skipped through it fast, because I just couldn't get into it, because I just personally just didn't like her as a character. Now, that put aside, it wasn't all a bad route. I mean, there were parts of it that I didn't understand, but like I said, I can't give a proper opinion on it because I didn't frickin' play through it hardly. It's just, she's just kind of boring. She's a member of the student council. Hiso actually learns sign language. He takes time learning sign language just to communicate with her, and that's, talk about dedication. Because, like, if she chooses to just break up with him and stop talking to him, he just wasted time learning that. But then again, it's still a helpful skill. It's good to know sign language. That's helpful. What if he encounters another hot, deaf chick? Other than that, I wasn't a huge fan of Shizune. I didn't like her out. Just kind of, nah. But moving on to the next character. Now, after playing through Shizune's route, or Shazam, motherfucker, I still can't say the name right. I had Hanako. Now, this actually made me emotional. I love this girl. I would personally protect her with my own life, and Hiso did the same thing very much. But when she was young, the reason she has those scars, they are burn scars, is because her house caught on fire when she was young, and because her family couldn't escape, her father died in the fire, but her mother had pulled Hanako underneath her and into her arms and shielded her from the burns. So her mother got burned alive. Hanako only got half burned, thanks to her mother helping her. Now, as tragic as that is, and her growing up as an orphan, and then when she was old enough, just being sent to the academy, because the students live there. They live in dorms there. It's like a college almost. That's what happened. And that does, in fact, have many problems with her. And she is very self-conscious about her scarring. She is extremely shy, highly timid. But as the story progresses, that does very much change. And she does grow out of her shell. And she learns to grow alongside Hiso. Hiso also learns to grow as he learns to battle with the fact that he could die any day thanks to his heart condition. It was so nice and so heartwarming, and it was just amazing. And now what's even crazier is that when the H scene came up for when they do get together, it was just wholesome in every way. I never thought I'd see something like that and be emotionally moved by it. It was a shocker in every possible way. Who would have thought, right? But it was very, very touching, and I loved it in every possible way, shape, and form. Hanako's route is a 10 out of 10. I highly recommend you play through it and make sure you get the good ending. If you get the good ending, it's just a million times better. But there's the good ending and the neutral ending. Both are good. But that good ending is just so sweet, man. You just love to see it. Like I can't get over it enough. This poor girl, I would protect her with my life. She deserves the world. But amazing character. Loved her route. Loved playing through it. All right, up next in this route we have Lily. Now Lily as a character, I love. She's amazing. I love Lily. That my favorite of the game. Did 10 out of freaking 10. Wonderful. Almost as good as Hanako's. Better than Hanako's. I liked it more than Hanako's. But I love Lily, alright? Lily is blind. Blind is bad. Like, no, she just can't see, like, anything. So, Lily being blind, she does face some complications. Now, her relationship with Hiso is just beautiful. Hiso actually put his life on the line for this girl. Because he wanted her to be a part of his life, and he didn't want her to go. I'm pretty sure that if you have arrhythmia and you try running like an Olympic star in order to catch up to her, to tell her that you love her and you want her to be a part of your life and you don't want her to leave, and you give yourself a heart attack in the process because you love this girl, dedication, dude. You deserve to be with her, man. You love her. But it was sweet, it was wholesome, and H scene, whatever it happened, it was wholesome too, much like the first time around. But I adored Lily. I loved this route, and it was the good part about this route was that what it taught me is that you can love people, but you also need to know how to let someone go and know how to be okay with being by yourself. Because if you can do that, then you can always truly love the person. And then if you truly love a person, you need to voice it and you need to do it strongly. Because if you barely do it, you just throw little bits like, I don't know, whatever, you won't ever truly love the person or be there for them. And it was really good. I liked it a lot. I love Lily. 10 out of 10. 10 out of 10 character. I loved it. Loved this part of the route. I'm lost in words. I did just recently play this one too, but I love you, Lily, a lot. This route was amazing. 10 out of 10 storytelling. It should be a romance movie. Because unlike all the other Hallmark bullshit where, oh my gosh, I went back to my hometown, I'm gonna cheat on my fiance because this person has sex with gingerbread men and sells Christmas trees out of his ass. Oh, fuck you. This would be a great romance movie. Hollywood, take notes. Actually, fuck you, Hollywood. I don't want Hollywood to touch it. Any other country, any other studio make it other than Hollywood. Fuck you. But I'm sorry for my language and my outburst, but I love Lily's route. You should play the game just for the sole purpose of watching Lily's story and getting her out and getting that good ending. 10 out of 10. I have one last character to talk about now. A true gentleman will know that this is an excellent character to pick. Now, I will have you know, before people that might be longtime fans of this game, or the people on 4chan surrounding this game, the community, please do not send the Yakuza to my house, but I did not play this route. I kept working around to getting it, but I couldn't figure out which choices to make in Act 1 that land me on her route. I'm sorry, I don't know what to do, man, but oh well, I did land it. But we have Ren, the last main character of this game, the last route you can get as a romance. She has no arms. Now, fellas, the one thing I gotta say, not knowing anything about this character, foot jobs for dick! Now, there is a couple of side characters in this game that are wonderful side characters, and they all play a good part in the story and that are amazing. But there is also one more route that you get in Act 1 that is fantastic, and I got it when I was trying to get Ren's route, actually. You'll never guess. It is, in fact, Kenji, or Kenji, that is his name, yes. He is legally blind, almost completely blind, but not completely, but he is pretty damn blind. He can't see shit. But this dude is an odd character, a conspiracy theorist, a woman, a misogynist, and a feminism conspiracy theorist person. Very odd dude. Has odd character. Amusing character to witness his antics. He's very amusing, for sure. He always shows up throughout the story as a way... I don't know, he's there throughout the story, no matter which route you choose, you run into Kenji. Because he lives right across the hall from your dorm, whatever. But you can land his route, and how you get this route is if you manage to not commit to any of the female main characters. You get him. And what you do is, for the festival, you and him go to the roof and drink together. Because we're brothers, and we can't get any bitches, and we're gonna die alone. So you're up there drinking with him, and because you got this route with Kenji and you couldn't commit to any of the women, you fall off the roof and fucking die. I'm not joking. That's it, because you couldn't commit to any of the women. Now, playing through this in Sega, it was hilarious as can be. But, man, Kenji's a goofy character. He's a fantastic side character. He's just goofy. And people in the community love to joke that he's the best waifu, the best romance option to choose. But other than that, that is the Katawa Shoujo main characters and their stories. Now, to wrap this video up, I will end on a high note and say that if you have not played this game and you do have Steam, you can play this game off of a regular laptop. It does not take a lot to run. It takes up hardly any storage space at all. I do recommend playing it, but I will note that if you do play off of Steam, parts of the game will be censored out, so you won't get the full story, so I do recommend going to the direct source, KatawaShoujo.com, and downloading it directly and playing it that way, off of your laptop or computer. I'm sure there's tutorials out there that can show you how to get the game, but other than that, I highly recommend it. It is a very good story, especially Kenji. We all know that he's the ultimate waifu, and we all want to be with Kenji. I mean, come on, who wouldn't? Look at him. Look how cute he is. But Katawa Shoujo, for my second time playing a visual novel, wasn't too bad. I enjoyed it. Surprisingly enough, as someone who hates this game, who hates visual novels, I still hate visual novels, and I still think they're stupid. But not this one. This one's okay. And that is the end of the video. If you all enjoyed, leave a like. If you want to see more of my content, hit subscribe. Thank you all for watching.